The world of robotics and AI is no longer science fiction. We have it now in our daily lives, and I'm not sure we're all comfortable about where it's headed. I'm not talking about humans. It's the robots I feel sorry for. You think Ed 209 wants to work at the self-checkout in Aldi?
Unexpected item in bagging area. Please remove item from bagging area. You have 10 seconds to comply.
Yes, I spent an entire day putting Ed 209 in a super... Not the point. AI is now in our lives across the board, and there's one area where AI is actually useful. It's in robot vacuums, because it helps them avoid chewing up cables, getting stuck on shoes, and of course, spreading the warmth of autumn throughout your home. Turds. The warmth of turds throughout your home. I have had Robovacs in my house now for 8 years, and I've conducted 18 individual reviews of all kinds of different manufacturers and different products. And artificial intelligence is one of those things that's kind of hit and miss.
That's a wall.
Mopping the carpet. Why on earth is it mopping the carpet?
No, it's the same leg. Look, don't go over it. Wait, oi! Oh my god!
I don't think Ecovacs will be sponsoring me again in a hurry. But that's beside the point. You know who does keep sponsoring me? Narwal. And that's because they're not afraid of a little bit of criticism, but more importantly, they have very little to be criticised for. In my opinion, they make the best Robovacs on the planet. And when I visited them at their stand at IFA, I was able to see for myself for the first time what the robot actually sees. And the first thing I noticed is that it automatically blurred out people's faces in real time for privacy. But potentially even more important than that was the sheer volume of things it was able to recognise because it has 2 eyes, just like a human. Literally 2 cameras so it can see things in 3D space, which isn't terrifying at all.
Do you need any bags today, sweetheart? Are you collecting club card points, my darling?
So Narwal have kindly agreed to sponsor this video and send me the Narwal Pro that you were just looking at in that footage from when I went to IFA. And this thing is something else. Awesome. This is always a bad idea. It's got no chance. Not a chance in hell, because nothing ever gets right out of carpets except a proper upright vacuum. I'll crack at that.
Sucking on carpets all day long, getting every grain and proving Paul wrong. He's an idiot, he's the dumbest of them all.
Hey! Who keeps making all these songs? The man who's sleeping with your wife. Prick, you're a prick.
I swear I can never get these up ever normally. I do this test all the time and it never works out.
That's it, it's done it. It's got every single grain of rice. Okay, this time it doesn't stand a chance. Because that is going to get scattered everywhere and it's going to go in and out of the light. It's not going to win. Not going to win this time. So it's very cleverly detected my room, but I'm actually going to do zone. And it also automatically detected the dining room table. Let's get that to go around the entirety of the dining room table. Vacuum and mop. Go. It's taking too long to get started and now I'm feeling extra mean. Deal with that.
Stings the nostrils.
Would do. That with the tomato ketchup.
It's pushing its little edge thing right into the corners. That's so good!
So full disclosure, you're not supposed to feed your Robovacs a lasagna. It's not a cat. This is horrifying. What drugs was Jim Davidson taking? I think my childhood might be tainted by nonsense. The idea of a Robovac is that it's supposed to be able to keep an already reasonably clean house even cleaner. You're not supposed to feed it things it's not supposed to be fed. The idea of these tests is to show you in an extreme scenario what it's capable of, and after 4 attempts, it had got almost everything up. It had got almost all of the rice, bar about 3 or 4 bits, and it had got every piece of ketchup apart from one tiny bit. After 4 goes, it is so close to getting rid of this bit of ketchup, but what I have to tell you is the most amazing thing. All this, no stickiness whatsoever. It's not remotely sticky.
That's what she said.
Out of the 18 robots that I've tested over the last 8 years, 3 of them have been Narwal, and they're the only ones I have kept, and I'll be keeping this one too. These are kept by me because of their ability to do obstacle avoidance, which allows me to set these things on a schedule where I've never been able to do that before. Every other robot, I've not trusted it to not run over cables, or chew up kids' toys, or to get stuck in a corner. Narwal is the only robot that I just let run every morning at 5 AM, no matter what's happened, without any tidying. I don't tidy the house, I just let the robot run. All of Narwal's vacuums work, of course, with Google Home and Siri shortcuts and Amazon Alexa, which will please Mr. Jeff Bezos. Until, of course, he realizes he can't access the cameras to figure out what kind of crap he might be able to sell you. Butthead. Do people still say butthead? I don't care. Butthead. But this is the first time that Narwal have released a robot with a Trackmop, which rather than scooping the water inwards like the spinny mop pad design does, it just sucks it straight up into the robot. But they've taken it a step further by having it so that it can swing out into the corners to get practically every inch of your room. And Narwal demonstrated this to me at IFA to show me just how much better this mop pad design was at sucking up wet messes.
That's what she said.
Stop it. I quite enjoyed my time at IFA, except for, Narwal's representative calling me a slaphead. Literally called me a slaphead. Might take that company up on that sponsorship offer for that hair transplant after all. Oh no, I don't like that very much. Like Ross from Friends. Remember when Friends put Bruce Willis in it like it was normal? Like the Friends wouldn't recognise Bruce Willis from Die Hard, despite having watched Die Hard.
Die Hard, still great.
It's literally Bruce Willis. What are you laughing at? It's literally Bruce... Chandler, you saw him in a movie like 10 minutes ago. This is where Narwal are really innovative though. They demonstrated this to me at IFA, just how innovative they have become, but when I read up about some of this stuff, I was completely blown away. So, the robot itself, rather than just having spinny pads that are kind of like squirming dirt about and then it goes back to its base station and cleans the pads and comes back out again and carries on squirming dirt about, this robot is actually washing the pad and squeegeeing the pad as it goes. But more than that, it's doing it with 45 degrees Celsius of hot water, and it has a separate tank entirely for the dirty water that it is constantly stirring to stop bacteria from growing and starting to stink. It has a stirrer in it, stirring the dirty water. I mean, that's crazy. That's like proper thought out. That's insanely well thought out. Just like the previous models, it has a base station that auto-empties dust and dirty water and exchanges it for clean water using a bucket system. But you can also buy a version that can be plumbed straight into the mains water supply that doesn't require the buckets, and I have one on the way. I'm going to be using that soon myself, permanently. That's the thing I want to use in my dining room. Whichever one you get, the dock doesn't just clean the robot. It cleans itself too, and it adjusts the water temperature to up to 180 degrees Celsius using AI again. depending on how dirty the mop pad is, which is utterly mental. So, I'm assuming I just used the Captain Picard meme again there. I got told off by someone in my comment section. Someone in my comment section said, isn't mental a bit of a crude word? I have a lot more crude words for you. Fetch my sock puppet if you like.
Shut up, you
He'll tell you. But all this AI is no good if it can't actually vacuum. Obviously, I wouldn't be sticking it in my own house personally if it couldn't. This thing has 22,000 pascals of suction. And to put that in context, that's 2,000 pascals more than my proper upright vacuum, and that is the first time I have ever seen a Robovac overtake an actual upright vacuum in power. 22,000 pascals is insane. It can climb over thresholds of up to 1.6 inches tall because it just goes... That's crazy. But the robot itself is actually much shorter in height than most vacuums because they've removed the LiDAR dish, the little thing that usually sits up out of the top of most Robovacs, because they don't feel like they need it. Their camera system is so good and the sensors on its body are so good that it can map your room using those and it doesn't need the LiDAR. All of the AI obstacle detection is handled by the sensors and the cameras around the body. No more LiDAR stump means it can fit under more things. The AI is making constant decisions based on the things it can see. If it sees a dog turd, it gives it a wide berth. But if it sees a kid's toy, it gives it less of a wide berth. If it sees a cable, it decides, I don't want to get that thing tangled up in my little spinny... I'm lost. I don't know what I'm saying. What's the spinny thing called? I'm calling them feet. I don't care. Its little spinny feet, it will stop that one if it's close to the cable so that it doesn't tangle the cable up in its spinny foot. This is like a level of AI genius I haven't seen on any other Robovac so far. And when the AI detects that it's run over carpet, its little sucky mouth goes down harder and sucks. It sucks closer. It sucks hot.
That's what she said.
His little sucky mouth gets close enough to the carpet that it forms a seal. There, I said it. It's fine. It does that. Okay, that's how clever it is. Stop with the innuendo. Innuendo. The mops also lift up whenever it detects carpet, and of course, hair doesn't get tangled because of the conical design of the brush on the bottom and the very clever design of the special floppy side brushes. So what's wrong with it? Here, as always, is the elephant in the room. It wouldn't be my channel if I didn't tell you the negative aspects. It wouldn't be a fair review if I left them out. So, as usual, there is just some small thing I need to tell you, and that is, it touched the turd. During my obstacle avoidance test, I don't know why, because Narwal is always flawless when it comes to this little turd. It always avoids it, not on this occasion, but only in meticulous mode. So meticulous mode goes up and down and up and down and goes up and down and up and down, and it is very, very meticulous. In meticulous mode, it touched the turd twice, and I don't know why.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Every other Narwal vac I have tried has given them a really wide berth. They go, oh, that's a turd, better avoid that. Not on this occasion, at least not in meticulous mode. Now, I have to say, as I have always said, is don't trust any Robovac, no matter how good it is, when it comes to dog turds. If you have a dog and your dog does in the house, probably a good idea to not let this thing run on a schedule. It doesn't matter how good it is, it's not worth the risk. Everything else, fine. Cables, whatever. If you shut your dog in a specific room overnight and that's the only place he could schedule every other room. But if you have a dog, I don't trust any Robovac, and that includes this one. With all that said, the whole avoiding turds is a failsafe. You need to keep turds out of your house. I mean, I think that goes without saying. But the thing did, in all my tests, avoid all the cables and all the shoelaces and everything else I wanted it to avoid. I'm going to message Narwal, and if they give me an answer as to why it touched the turd, and if there's a firmware update coming, I'll put that in the description, but it really isn't that big of a deal. If you have a dog, don't trust any Robovac. I did ask Narwal, why have you developed this kind of like mop pad system when you already sell and still sell a spinny mop pad system? Are you saying the spinny mop pad system is obsolete? If so, why are you still selling it? And they said it really depends on the kind of mess you have in your house. If you're likely to spill a lot of wet messes, they're saying get the trackpad mop. They're saying if you don't spill a lot of wet messes and you just want general cleaning, the spinny mop pad design is just fine for that. If you're asking me my opinion on which one I think you should get, I think it's the trackpad mop because it's more hygienic. It's sucking the stuff into the vacuum and it's cleaning the mop pad as it goes. I've been Paul Hibbert, and that's my opinion. Is that a good way to end this segment? I don't care. I'm in a newsroom now. This is the best Robovac and mop to date, and it is 15. Don't date it. It's a robot. Don't date it. It's 1,499 doll hairs at the moment. I don't know what the UK price is set to be yet. It's not yet released. But a lot of you were saying, when is Narwal coming to the UK? They're in the UK now. You can buy them on amazon.co.uk. Not yet this one, but when it's released, I'm guessing it's going to be a similar price, and that is an absolute bargain for what I've seen. Strongest suction power, best AI capabilities, best at avoiding obstacles. Everything about this is the best I have tried, and that's why I am using it in my dining room to this date and forward, hopefully forever. Maybe I'll never need to get another Robovac ever. I will. Next time Narwal release another one. As usual, there are links in the description as to where you can pick one of these things up. If you'd like to subscribe to me, it would do me a huge favour because, you know, if I've made you laugh even once or shown you something new, you owe it to me, don't you? Just These amazing people are my patrons. They are the reason this video exists, and I'm thanking one, at least personally, every week. Again, I'm so grateful because this week I have two to thank because I have two new ones. Gio and Rick O'Shea. If that's your real name, sir, then you should be our king. I doff my hat. If you want to be like those guys or like those guys, you can come and do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal. And either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks, my X, my Threads, my Instagrams, my TikToks. Coming out there, we can be best friends. See you next time.